You're listening to the Live Free podcast. I'm your host, Christine, certified life coach, pain to power mentor, and creator of Embody You Mindset Mastery School. I'm here today to discuss living life after disease, disaster, or adversity, to discuss living life fully once again, a life of hope, peace, and resiliency, a life fully embodied. I utilize the lessons that I learned going through not one, but two primary cancers. I'm here today to guide you to the life of your dreams, turn your pain into power, and lead you back to yourself. Hello, and welcome to another episode of the Live Free podcast. Today, I want to talk about the power of intention and what that means in your day-to-day life. So, number one, what is intention? Intention is intending or deciding your goal behind why you do something. And why does that matter? The reason that it is important to set an intention for what it is that you are wanting to do, attract, create, amplify in your life is because without the intention, understand that your default intentionality will run outside of that. So what I mean is, what you have done so far in your life, consciously or unconsciously, will run in the background without an intended, explicit, and decided intention behind why it is that you are doing something. And now that could be starting a business, that could be beginning to take care of yourself better, that could be wanting to fall in love with life again. You get to choose the intention. But if you do not have a specific intention behind the thing that you want, behind the intention that you're setting, then often your programming that has won up till now and that has created the life that you have around you at this very moment, your default settings will start to fall into place. And your default setting might be that you will fail at that business, and you believe that you will fail at that business because you've failed at so many other businesses. So you start another business with the intention of doing really well, and you want to do a really good job of your business, but your default setting is to quit or to not do well. And, this can transfer over to all the other examples that I said as well. And so it's important to set an intention for why you want to create that business or take care of yourself or fall in love with life again. And that intention could be something as simple as, I intend to bring value to others as a result of my business. It could be, I intend to become a better parent as a result of learning how to treat myself better. Whatever it is. So do you see that you have the intention and then you have the intention behind the intention? So we all want to be healthy, we all want to be wealthy, and we all want to have free time. So that's the really basic intention. But when you get clear on the intended reason that you want those things, why do you want those things? Why do you want to be healthy, wealthy, and have extra time? Why do you want to have a family? Why do you want these things? So it's about getting clear on the reward that this will bring you. or bring others for that matter. The reason behind the reason. And so if you are missing the intentionality, if you do not create an explanation for yourself about why you are embarking on this next journey, understand that what you have done and the context that you have been in so far in your life will continue to run as a result of that belief system that you once had. Because it's deeply ingrained into our minds. Everything that we do, say, create, understand, enjoy, say no to, all of those things are a result of our programming that we've had so far. So everything around you is by design. It's by your design. And initially, it was by your parents' design, your teacher's design, the people that guided you when you were young. And so then you adopted it as what you understand to be true. And then you created the life that you understood based on what you knew. And a lot of people listening to this, especially if you've never taken any of my courses, are kind of like, I don't know if I totally agree with that. Because I didn't create not having very much money. Or I didn't create that divorce. Or whatever it is that you feel that you didn't create. And unfortunately, most of the time you did create it. Through way of omission. Through way of not being part of that, being an active participant in creating and designing the life that you want. You see, so many of us are walking around on autopilot, never considering, never trying to learn anything other than just getting to the next weekend or getting to the next vacation. And while that is the easy road, there's no question, there's not very much hard work involved in that. It is also the reason that you are stuck, potentially in that loss of money that you wish you had, or that divorce, or whatever subject is difficult in your life right now. So that is why we become self-aware. That's why we work on our mindset. That's why we spend time taking care of ourselves and learning all of this stuff, reading all of these books, and becoming this person that we want to be. Because yes, it is harder at first, but the payoff is beautiful. The payoff is having no glass ceiling, because you're not limited by the subconscious programs, the limiting beliefs, and the stories that you've been indoctrinated into from your parents, family, friends, and anybody you had a connection to when you were young. And to further that, maybe even anybody that you have a connection to now, that you have high respect for, that you listen to intently. It's important to cultivate a person that is sovereign, to become the person who makes the decision. Are you the type of person who reaches out to somebody every single time that you have to make a decision so that they can help you, based on their context of reality, make a decision? If that's true, then you are giving your power away over and over and over again to that person. Instead, I invite you to ask yourself, who could you be? And how could your life be if you chose your intention? if you chose what you wanted and got more clear on how you wanted to get it or what you wanted as a result. And now so many of us are thinking, well, I'm terrible at making decisions. Are you terrible at making decisions, or do you have a loss of trust within yourself to make the right decision? Consider that. If you do not know how to make a decision, maybe it's because you've never trusted yourself enough to get practiced at it, to build that muscle of decision making. And as you become more practiced at knowing what you want, why you want it, and how you want to get it, then you can start to create everything that you've ever wanted based on intentionality, intending to get something. And now, the process is most likely not going to be linear. So you may decide that you want a business because you want to help people and you want to bring value to people. But that will fall away and you'll need to rinse and repeat it. And then you'll need to try again and then rinse and repeat it and then try again. But you can start to build that muscle of making decisions more clearly and knowing exactly how and what you want to create through time and repetition, among many other wonderful supports that can be utilized. Things like hypnosis, community, things like journaling, creating, vision boards, affirmations, all these different ways that you can cultivate intentionality in decision making and in your life. All of those ways are discussed in many of my programs and are available to you at any time. But for now, I'd like to give you inherent value with this episode as it is, without taking all of your time. So when you are going about your day to day, I challenge you to get clear on the intentionality of what you would like out of X. So if you're listening to this on the way to work, I challenge you to create an intention for your day today, your day at work, intending what you'd like to get done, or intending how you'd like to interact with your coworkers, or intending what you would like to get out of the training today, or the work today, or the stops that you need to make today. And then, what is the feeling that you would like to portray to other people or to yourself? Is it peace? Is it enjoyment? Is it creating value for the people around you? Or making someone's day so that you can feel uplifted and they can feel uplifted? It's about creating intentionality for your day. And if you want to break that into smaller chunks, when you go into making dinner for your family, create an intention about how you want this mealtime to be. And it's when we become an active participant in our own lives that we're no longer just waking up and going through the same motions and the same habits that we do every single morning, followed by going to the same job that we we do the same things and have the same emotional experiences, good or bad. And then go home and try as hard as you can to push through the final hours of your day just so that you can get to that glass of wine. And don't get me wrong, I love me a glass of wine, but I don't want you to be living your life for the end of the day or living your life for the weekend. We get to have more. And the secret is creating intention. Among many other secrets, but this is one of them, is creating intentionality for your day. So when you wake up in the morning, create an intention for your day. What do you want to get done? And more importantly, how do you want to feel? So there's two parts to this. There's the practical, the tangible. So that's planning and scheduling and deciding how you'd like your day to go. And then there's the intangible. How would you like to feel as a result of X? So do you see how there's the intention? That's the tangible. And then there's the intentionality behind the intention. That's the intangible. So there's the what you would like to do, and then there's the how you would like to feel as a result. And like I said, you can do this for anything. It can be making dinner. It can be delivering a speech at work. It can be having a conversation with a good friend. You can make an intention for how you would like to feel, or what you would like to portray, and how that is going to affect you as a result, or them. And you will find that your conversations become more meaningful. Your day becomes more meaningful. It is a beautiful thing to look back on a day that's been filled full of intention, as opposed to a day that you just went through, just like the day before that and the day before that. Our society is waking up. All of us are waking up. 10 years ago, no one talked about energies or the law of attraction. And now, you're hard pressed to not be surrounded by someone who says something along the lines of good vibes or something like that. It's become mainstream, which is a good thing. We're becoming more conscious beings. I mean, no offense to all of our parents, but I mean, at least we can wake up in the morning and say, I'm this woo-woo person, and thus I'm going to attract, manifest, bring into form the things that I want. That's so exciting. We live in an amazing time where you're no longer stuck by where you grew up, or who taught you, or what your role is in your family. You don't have to be that anymore. You can be and do whoever and however you want, simply by setting intentions and getting good at knowing what you want. So I hope that this episode has been illuminating and helpful, and that today you have an opportunity to set a few intentions and see how the conversation goes smoother, better, clearer, more effective, just simply by setting an intention. Have a beautiful day, and we'll catch up soon. Thank you so much for listening. If you found expansion with this last episode, then that means that others will too. And the best way to get the word out about the podcast is by leaving a review. I would be so grateful if you could leave me a review and let me know how you felt about the podcast. Included in the show notes will be everything that we talked about today, including all of my transformative programs. Change is just on the horizon, my friend.